Lord be with you. The Holy Gospel according to Luke. Jesus entered a village where a woman whose name was Martha welcomed him. She had a sister named Mary who sat beside the Lord at his feet, listening to him speak. Martha, burdened with much serving, came to him and said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me by myself to do the serving? Tell her to help me. The Lord said to her in reply, Martha, Martha, you are anxious and worried about many things. There is need of only one thing. Mary has chosen the better part, and it will not be taken from her. The Gospel of the Lord. Hosts and guests and hospitality are the center of today's Gospel. No surprise, it's a very big thing in the Jewish culture. From the centuries of being shepherds in the wilderness, think of Abraham under the terebinth in Mamre, welcoming the three angels, and the pregnancy of Sarah, a beautiful moment in our ancient history, to even our modern day, the seat at the Seder supper. Welcome and hospitality run deep in the Jewish culture. And Jesus doesn't negate that welcome or that hospitality. He definitely doesn't negate the work that goes behind it. It's good to be a host. What he wants to do is draw us into the purpose of that. Draw our attention back into the guest. It's a familiar scene. We all know it. Martha welcoming Jesus and Mary into their household, and there's the work to be done. And I grew up near Boston. I think David will appreciate this. It was always Martha, Martha. I always hear that echo of that, like Father Hudgens crying out the gospel. She approaches Jesus, and she says, can't you get my sister to do anything? The Gospel says she's burdened with much serving. But you know what really has happened is she's lost sight of her guest. She's consumed by the work that's in front of her and by the sister that's sitting at the feet of Jesus. And she's just plain old upset. Her vision is one of resentment, frustration. Jesus tries to shift her gaze from the anxiety and worry that has consumed her to the one thing that is central to any believer. We know that one thing. Remember last week's gospel, when the lawyer comes up to Jesus and says, what is the thing I must do to inherit everlasting life? It's the same thing that's central to all of Jesus' teaching, to all of his encounters, to his healing, to that familiar touch, to his extending his arms on the cross and dying for us. The one thing that is necessary is love. Now there are many facets to this love. And again, we're not distracting from the actual work it takes to love another. But today's gospel draws us into the better part. And the better part is simply being with the beloved. It's a better part, but it isn't always easy. I think we all know in this busy world how hard it is to slow ourselves down and to just love another. To not be about the work of the Lord, but the love of the Lord. All those works of service are important, but the better part, the most important part, is the person whom we serve. And so let us slow down this summer and not be so much focused on the doing, but just the being, the person of love. Let love be our vision. Let love be our focus. Let love be our center. Let love be our strength.
Take up our cross, follow him. We lay down take up all